Happy Monday. I know a lot of my northern friends up there, you have been dealing with cold and snow recently, and somehow all of the cold weather blew back down here. We were having like 75, 80-degree days already. It was like people starting to plant, and it is rainy and like 45 and 50 right now, and it feels terrible. But it's Monday and it's daylight savings. Anyone else enjoy that it was a little bit darker waking up and it was a little harder to wake up? It's the first time in a long time I've actually had to wake Skylar up for school because it was still dark outside. So positives and negatives. We did not want to get going today, but I'm learning to do hard things and learning to make myself do things that I don't necessarily want to do. And that is something that Jessica is always coaching us on and just reminding us that like our life isn't meant to be comfortable. Our life is meant to be moving forward, and that the Lord has created us not to like be uncomfortable all the time, but like I think that there's a lesson to be learned that when we are always seeking comfort and not doing things that make us uncomfortable or that are hard, then we are not growing. Because one thing that I heard John Maxwell say, and I've heard a lot of people repeat recently, is like growth doesn't happen accidentally. And like moving forward doesn't happen accidentally. Moving backwards happens without any help, right? Like if we're going up a hill, like it's really easy to fall down a hill and it's really easy for a boulder to roll downhill, but it takes work and it takes being uncomfortable to push yourself or to push something uphill and to be moving forward and growing. So if there is no friction, if there is no uncomfortability, chances are there is no growth. So that goes for every area in our life. I had been getting comfortable even with like, oh, I have enough, of the Lord in my life and haven't been really spending time digging in and doing devotions and getting into the word on my own because we have so many things going on through the week. And again, that's just another place of comfort where we don't always desire to spend extra time on certain things like working out and all of that. So anyway, that was just a free tidbit of my life right now. Good morning, ladies. I wanted to talk today about our group reset. We do have one. I'm going to be running it on our regular group reset page that Amanda had set up and been running like a champ. Amanda, I'm just telling you this right now. I'm hoping that's okay that I use your group, and I will be using all of your stuff, so don't empty it out. But that way it's just the same page that it always is in, and I don't think that there is another one scheduled. I checked on that. So that's going to be the 21st through the 23rd. So that's next Tuesday through Thursday. What that means is orders probably need to be in no later than Wednesday at midnight to ensure shipping. I will say I ordered an extra one, just like a one-off, like not with a subscription. And it did come within 3 days. So that's a positive. And sometimes our mails even slow out here. So they should still be able to get it if they're ordering by Wednesday midnight. If you have someone that orders Thursday or Friday, there is a slight chance that they would still get that because you've got the weekend, you've got Monday still. We're not starting on Monday. And so that's okay. But sometimes I'll just be like, and if it comes a day late, we'll go ahead and get you into the group and you can just start your day one when we're on day 2 or 3, but you'll have all the info, you'll have the accountability, kind of that kind of thing too. And then you can just walk it through. And there's going to be some people that you might talk to about the reset that don't necessarily want to do it those same days. That's okay. The point is not that we all do it together or nothing. It's, talking to them about their health journey. So that is what we're going to talk a little bit more about today, is making sure that we're using, let me clear off my space so I'm not like distracted, that we are using the reset to help retention instead of to negatively affect retention. I think last year when we all got so excited when reset came out, it was very 3-day reset heavy. And we kind of got away from talking about the daily regimens of the actual like life-changing stuff. Like, is the reset going to help someone if it's all they do? Sure. Like our bodies still need that fasting stay. Our bodies still need a break from all the crap. Are they going to see good results? Absolutely. But they're probably going to move backwards and have to do that again in 3 months just to see the same results. So we don't want people to use this as a quick fix. We don't want people to use this as I want to lose 8 pounds in 3 days and then still live crappily and not feel good for the rest of forever, right? it doesn't help your business. And truthfully, it's not what's most beneficial to them either. So remember, we're all about the win-win here. Okay. So we don't want to utilize reset in a way that's going to negatively impact your business, because like we talked about last week, it's not just about new ads. Yes, we all want to sign 6 people this month because we all would love a brand new iPad and the increase in paychecks, right? But we don't want to sign 6 people at the expense of dropping 6 people next month and having to do that all over to see your paycheck grow just the same amount, right? We want to make sure the decisions we're making and the activity we're doing is to be both retention and recruiting based, right? So we want to look at the fact that we want to still be regimen focused with this. So if you have, we're going to talk about different people who we're going to reach out to, and we can talk about some verbiage for that in just a minute. But just to be aware of the fact that reset is not its own thing. It can be its own thing, but we're not treating it that way. Okay. We're calling this the best way to start your health journey, or the best way to restart your health journey, right? It's a great reset for what's going on in your body to get you onto a place where you are continually focused on your health. So what we would want to do in those types of conversations is like, hey, we're doing a group reset, and this is an amazing 3-day fast. And what we've seen is it has been such an amazing way for people to get started on their health journey, so that when they start their daily regimen and their monthly supplements that have changed my life and that have been so great, they're already like 10 steps ahead, because you've given your body a break from all the junk, because you're already like cutting off your sugar and carb cravings, so that when you're really digging into the nuts and bolts of your health journey, it's not as hard for you and you're going to see results faster. Okay. And so we're also going to utilize the reset as a kind of like a benchmark thing. And so that's what I've been trying to talk to people, especially that are ordering it in the beginning, is like, I'm trying to do these every 6 weeks to every couple of months. There are people that see great results doing this monthly in conjunction with their regular regimen supplements. Okay. So like, if they're going to be ordering Reset and Triplex, we want to focus on the benefits they're seeing with Triplex. All of our testimonies, all of our things that we're sharing with people are from the supplements, from the daily things that they're going to be taking to help their body, from the Triplex, most likely, right? Like all of these things. And so if that's what they're excited about and that's like what we're focusing on, then we can say, and pairing this with these resets will help get you started in a way where you're going to start seeing those changes and results and give your body like the best possible avenue to see these results that we're hoping for from these testimonies I've already shared with you and that we've talked about. And by doing them regularly, you're just going to continue speeding up that process to help your body continue to heal, continue to produce new cells, continue to break bad habits and mental issues. Like I was talking to a girl the other day. So much of what Reset has done for me and does for me continually, because we get back into bad thinking patterns, right? And comfort eating, but it helps me to break those chains of emotional eating and comfort eating and all of those things that become bad habits that take us backwards on our health journey. So this is a tool to keep us moving and keep us going in the right direction. It is not a once and for all, and it is not its own standalone thing, in our opinion. People can and will probably still use it that way, but it's not how we're going to put it across. So who are we going to share Reset with? We're going to share and make sure we're making lists. I have 4 different list that you can begin to formulate. Who has done a reset already on your team and loved it? Okay. Who had great results? Who was like, man, that was so hard and I'm so proud of myself. Oh my gosh, I lost 3 pounds, or holy cow, I lost 6 pounds. Well, guess what? They probably have gained some of that back. They probably, have, again, just like me. I can tell when I'm like, I'm so ready for a reset again, because I know what it does for me mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I'm like, I need to do one, right? some people may not be thinking about the fact that they can do one again, or that it's time to do it again. And they could be like, oh yeah, I did love how that felt. And that would be great. Why else would it be great for them? Because it's almost spring break. It's going toward the summer. So they had a great experience the first time. Let's do it again, because it's getting so close to spring break and summertime. It'll just help you kind of jumpstart back into, any of the stuff you're excited about health goals wise, right? So who's done a reset and loved it? That's our first list of people that we're going to look for. Second list of people would be current customers who maybe have not done a reset yet. So who are the current customers on your team that are just loving their products? Maybe they're people that are ordering hit or miss. It's a great time to check in with them. Remember, we talked about retention practices. Checking in with people is easier when you have a reason to touch base with them, something to invite them to, or something to let them know that is happening. So this is a great way to touch base with those customers. Maybe they're loving their health journey and they're going to have this like glowing report that they can give you, or they're going to be like, yeah, I haven't been really consistent. Well, guess what? Oh, I'm so glad that I checked on you and that you're telling me that, because we have a group reset coming up next week. And I think that would be such a perfect opportunity to like help kind of reorient your body and your mind and get you back on track now that spring break and summer's coming up and we're all kind of refocusing on our physical, mental, emotional well-being. And then you can start the conversation from that. So we want to talk to our current customers because they may not have ever tried a reset. We want them to try it. It's an amazing tool that we all have. It's going to help them see greater results, and reset is very shareable. When someone sees you, at the store and you're drinking soup instead of meeting them for lunch or whatever, like it's just something that's easy to come up in conversation that you're doing. And if someone is going to have great results on it, it's going to be very easy for them to want to talk about or tell someone else, or someone to be like, oh my gosh, what have you done? You look so great, right? I know after my reset, I'm like, my face is like amazing. I look like I've lost 10 pounds even when I haven't, right? Just because of inflammation and all of that. My skin's glowing with all the collagen. And so our current customers have a referral site, do they not? They love their products potentially. They know about Plexus. These are people that would be potentially more likely to share their experience because they already trust you. They're already a part of this community. They already are on the products, right? So that's a twofold of we want to help them, get on track, or we want to help them increase their results in their journey. That we want them to be able to try the reset. Reset still falls under a 60-day money back guarantee too, if they absolutely hate it or makes them throw up or something. I had a girl who said that and then turned out she had COVID at the same time. So it was the COVID. But like, our customers, you guys, we get to try things and have a 60-day money back guarantee per product, right? Like it's not like in your first 60 days. And I don't start with that. I don't want people returning stuff right and left just to get their money back. But like, it is risk-free. We want them to be able to try new things and new products. They may find out they love Active. I have so many other people who have asked me about Active because I'll start them on Reset and the Triplex and they're like, oh, I love that Active. Or, they just are finding new things, the Hydrate, things that they would enjoy to add to their order as well. That's another piece of the thing. You get to try 6 different products every day. Is it 6 or 7 that you've never tried before? And especially if it's the Hunger Control Slim or the Hydrate or the Active, things that they would be able to order all the time. So that's great too. Third list of people would be previous customers who are no longer ordering products. I know Kim's team, I know Jody's team, and I know Josie, y'all focus on White Lines a lot too, have been doing challenges to reach out to people to get them restarted. And I think have done a lot of that and even did that with a reset as well. So if any of y'all are on those teams and you kind of had conversations going with those people and they missed out on some of the stuff you were already doing with that, this is another thing that you could just kind of restart some of those conversations or invite them to do. But for those of us who are not on those teams that have done something already with people, reset is an amazing way for someone to restart their health journey. Okay. People fall off the wagon for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes it's just season of life. Sometimes they're just too stressed out and they can't focus on themselves. you name it, right? Sometimes we just get discouraged, not even with the products, but just in life. And then we stop taking care of ourselves, stop taking our products, and we get overwhelmed. And that's where this like ability to check in and love on people really comes full circle, because sometimes people need a nudge to get back on the horse. They're not going to muster up that will and that courage by themselves a lot of times. And so a group reset is a great way to reach out and reach back into those people's lives and say, look, I know that you loved being a part of things. I know that you loved your products before, or I know that you had to take a break for whatever reason in your life, but we're doing a group reset next week. And I think, excuse me, guys. And in my opinion, it's one of the best ways to really, even for myself personally, to get myself back into gear where I'm being able to focus more on wanting to move forward with my health goals and stuff. I'd love to talk to you about that and focus on them. I think you would love, the experience. I think you would love the results. I think it's easy for me to say, like, I would love to talk to you. Or I would love, for you to try this. And it's like, they don't really care what I would love. They care what they would love. Right. So I'll do that a lot of a message and be like, man, I have a lot of eyes. And I need to be talking about them. I need to have a lot more yous in my messages than more eyes in my message. Right. Because even if it's like, I would love for you to do this because I want you to feel better. It doesn't matter if I want them to, they have to want to feel better. Yeah. Right. So it's like, it still sounds like, well, even if it's subconscious, like, I don't care what you want. Sure, send me a message because of what you want. So think about that. That's an extra tidbit too. If you're sending messages and you see a lot more eyes than yous, or what's in it for you instead of for them, just reword it. A lot of times it's just a flip of wording. Like I literally just said, I would love for you to try this so you can see better results. No, you would love the results that you're seeing, especially if it goes half as good as people that are sharing their results. Like, I know you want to see benefits from your health journey, and I think you would love being a part of one of these group resets. Just focus on them so that they can feel that encouragement in themselves. Restarting people, I think that we don't always want to focus on that and not focus on reaching out to new people, because that can just be a wheel you get stuck in, right? But at the same time, at some point, this statistic may not hold true anymore, but people are 7 times more likely to try something again that they've already tried than to try something brand new. And so it's always worth reaching out to those people because, again, most people that don't order anymore don't not order because they hated their experience. Life just happens, right? And people fall in and out of season. And so if they're in that place again, it's usually like this sweet spot of like 1 year or 2 years, or, it's usually like, it's been a while. Then they're like, yeah. And it's a lot easier because they know you already. They've already ordered, they've clicked order once, they know the website, right? So it's not as many like of those fear, hesitation things that block people initially from trying something new, because they've done it before. They know that Plexus isn't going to steal their money. They know they're not going to die from the products. Like, they've already done those things. So anyway, okay. And then the fourth, obviously, list is new prospects, people who have never tried our products that are, they're out there. And I have to remind myself, after 7 years, there are still people on my Facebook that I connect with on Instagram, that I see at church every day, that have never tried Plexus. Half of them probably don't even know that I do it, right? So we have to remind ourselves, we are surrounded with people, or by people, that need what we have. And a 3-day reset is an amazing opportunity to share in a fun and engaging way. We're going to be able to share testimonies often that pull at the heartstrings of people in a positive way, not in a manipulative way, because they see a testimony about hypothyroidism, or they see a testimony about a mom dealing with postpartum depression, and that's what they're dealing with. And that's going to help pull them into a lifelong, right, health journey that we're excited about for them. The majority of stuff that I buy on Instagram, though, is like, I had 6 inches of hair growth in 3 months, like, people are looking for things, and fasting and like glucose metabolism, like resetting metabolism. These are words that people understand. We don't want to promise everyone they're going to lose 13 pounds, but on average, people are losing 6 pounds in 3 days and don't gain it all straight back. It's not water weight. It's a great thing to go live for. I know some of you are practicing going live on your pages. I've seen Bob Heilig training about how so few people use lives on Instagram, and it is an amazing way to grow your following and reach people that are not already following you. And so few people go live. Sometimes I don't even care like who that person is. When I see it, I click it because I'm like, wonder what they're talking about, right? So I have my reset box already. So I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to try and go live on Instagram and just talk through the reset, share my experience, and tell them we're doing a group reset. Again, in these same ways, I'm going to share a post in just a little bit after we get off of here that will have some of these invite verbiage type things, but looking at the faces of those of you who are on here, I know that you already know how to do that. You don't need a copy and paste message, but just to be reminded, there are multiple levels of people that you can reach out to in different ways to utilize the reset for both recruiting and for retention. Another reason that new joins, I always try to push a regimen. I'm talking about a regimen. I'm very rarely in messages with people talking about the reset only. Obviously, this is a group reset, so we're going to be messaging people for reset. But the fact that a new person can join with a welcome pack and save $50 on a reset, right? So if someone ever wants to do a reset, like apart from we're asking them right now, hey, we're having one next week. I'm like, and if you ever think you would want to do one of these 3-day resets, let's go ahead and get it in the welcome pack so you have it. Why? Because you're going to save $50. A reset by itself is $129. And the welcome pack with the whole triplex or with an entire basics combo and a reset is only $192 right now. So that's crazy that they're getting all of that product and have that reset for that cheap. So it is so much of a better value for them if they'll do their welcome pack regimen and add on the reset, right? That's again, a switch in verbiage for us too, is like, this is our triplex combo. It's our foundational, like this is what has changed lives across the board because it focuses on gut health, blood sugar balance, nutrient absorption, and decreasing inflammation. And when you order this regimen, that is life-changing and you're going to stick on because I'm going to help you be accountable and it's going to change your life. You get to add on our 3-day nutritionally supported fast reset because it's cheaper in this way. So you'll save $50. Even if you don't want to do it right away, you can do it later, or you know what I'm saying? So we're focusing still the fact that the welcome pack is the regimen. Okay. Like the triplex in our mind and how we speak it should never be the add-on, because then people are excited only about the reset and they're like, well, I have these 3 products. Maybe I'll start them. Maybe I won't. Right. We got to get them excited about the regimen, whether or not it's triplex or not. Maybe you're doing weight loss basics. Maybe you're, doing a combo of stuff. So like the regimen is the welcome pack. The welcome pack is the regimen. The reset is the add-on, and the reset is the little magic sauce that's going to help increase your benefits quicker so that you can start to see the things that this regimen is going to help with faster. And it's going to break those habits like we talked about in the beginning. So that's just, again, something that I'm trying to do, because again, I don't want people to just order the reset. That happened to me like 3 times, and I had amazing people that I would love to have on my team and I would love to have sharing, and they ordered their reset. They loved it. And then they canceled their orders. Why? Because I only really talked to them about the reset. And then the triplex came and they were like, oh, this stuff's cool, And then at that point, it's like, yeah, but you should take those every day and you should order that every month. And then it's like, we're having to backpedal and like try to build value into something that they don't see as much value in anymore. So we want to make sure the value is there for the regimen, because that's what's going to help them long-term. That's what's going to keep them invested in your team. And that's what's going to keep your retention higher. Other ways that we can focus on retention with the reset, obviously remain regimen focused. So what we were just talking about, pivotal. Josie, you have been doing a great job digging into that and pushing that. I have not done a great job. They are working on ways to make Pivotal more easily accessible, but it's not an app yet. Okay. But it can still be a good thought process. It's a systematic thought process that we can get into to help plug people in to Pivotal. I try and talk about it, especially because people get it for free with their VIP membership. So even if I'm not having a great turnover ratio of like getting people plugged into it right now, I'm working on that. I am trying to make sure that Pivotal is a part of the conversation because they're getting that for $9.95, like with their wholesale membership, with all of the perks, with all of the things. They're getting that entire platform with all of the workouts, all of the information, and the ability to earn more perks credits and stuff as they plug in and are accountable there, right? Like there's so much benefit there that at least let's tell them that it exists and then work to do better about making sure people are getting plugged in as part of our check-ins and follow-ups and all of that stuff. And yes, like Josie said, there's a way you can like save the site to the home screen of your phone so it feels like an app and they can get plugged into that. I think there's a good graphic we can share about that. But Pivotal is a way to make sure retention's there. There's studies that they're doing about people who are involved with Pivotal, that they stay on their products longer than, I mean, like our 30-day retention's pretty good. We drop as a team at 60 and again at 90 for sure. So like Pivotal is a quarterly program. It's a 90-day program. So of course that's going to be beneficial for someone, even if they're in and out, to be involved in something that is longer than just 30 days, right? Partnership and accountability, obviously. We don't just want people to order and then we set it and forget it, right? That's part of our IPA. We're going to make sure we're checking on these people, talking to them, building value where we need to, helping them set up themselves for success, know where their routine's going, long-term goal focused. These testimonies, which if you're in your messages and you're not sharing testimonies or tagging people and real people, real stories, you're making life harder on yourself. Okay. We want people to be excited about what can happen long-term, and all of the testimonies that are in those pages and that we would be sharing didn't happen in 30 days, right? So if we're talking to someone about thyroid issues and things that they've got going on, we're not promising that Reset and Triplex in 30 days is going to fix all their problems. We're going to share testimonies of people who have been on these products for 6 months to a year and say, look what can happen when you're consistent for this long, right? So those are those kind of long-term goal focused things of, yes, the reset can help get you started and intermittently help even move that, timeline faster. But the goal is that you are developing a lifestyle and you're utilizing these supplements to help your body long-term reverse and prevent all of these issues that we're having and we're seeing in the world. So we're not focusing on lose 8 pounds in 3 days, because those people are not going to order next month and they're going to regain most of that and be like, man, that was good, but right. It's all our rapport too. Like how we put this across in people's experience is how they're going to talk about their experience with their friends. And they can either talk about it, hey, sweetest. They can either talk about it in a positive way, even if they're not sharing for themselves, or even if they don't order again, it's still an experience that they're going to talk about potentially when someone else brings up Plexus or brings up, oh, I saw that. Have you tried that before? Right? Everything is word of mouth. And this is not one of those instances where bad publicity is still publicity, right? We don't want bad publicity. So yeah, long-term goal focus, and then referrals. Referrals are one of the best ways also to keep retention high and to focus on retention. If someone responds to a message today or tomorrow that they're excited to do the reset with you, okay, especially if this person's already on your team or been on your team before, who else do they know that potentially has already done these products or that they've been thinking about because they've been on the products for a year that might want to do this reset and kind of kick off their spring break or summer with you, because you can earn lots of bonuses. I mean, it's $30 to $35 just for referring one person. Nowhere else does that, right? You still got to pay for your 10% off code that you get on that you share on Instagram. You still got to pay for your stuff that you get all those like stuff. You know what I mean? Like nowhere's doing this. So our referral program is still an amazing way. Once people earn any money at all, they're probably not going to go anywhere fast. And the longer we can keep them on their products, the more benefits they're going to see. And then they will probably make it a lifestyle habit, right? So helping people earn a paycheck is not just like, haha, I tricked you. Everybody needs extra money. That's a win-win-win, right? Getting you on your products, You're going to stake on your product. So you're going to see more benefits. It helps my business. It helps you see more benefits because you're going to stick around longer and you've earned money in the process. That's 2 wins for them, 1 for you. Okay. That is not selfish and that is not pushy. That is fun and smart and kind to be offering that to people. So referrals are a great way to also use the reset to talk about it, because again, they don't have to talk to someone about the nitty-gritty of their health journey to refer a friend to do the reset with them. They're going to say, hey, I'm going to do this 3-day fast. It's in a group. I just put my order in. Do you want to do it with me? So that they have someone to do it with and to be accountable with. Why? Because we always stick to things and do better at things and have a more positive experience when we do things with people we know, but with people in general for sure. So that's why the group reset is so great. All right. So it's 11:30. That was a lot of information, but hopefully good. And I will get, again, like I said, a post up just to, in general, we can share with the team about reset, some verbiage examples and some of the things we talked about today. Try and get orders in by midnight. So if you're in conversation, go ahead and start those conversations early, like start them today so that you can have the conversation and help them get their order in by midnight. If you're sharing on social media, make sure you say, group reset starts next Tuesday. Orders need to be in pretty quick this week, or, you could say Wednesday. And then remember, there's probably a little wiggle room depending on where people live on how quickly they could get that, or just start a day or 2 late. But that is going to help you with adding year 3, your active leader achiever, right? That I know our monthly graphics don't show that anymore because we've had so many cool things to be sharing about instead, like Lululemon and iPads. But you guys can each, I'm looking at your faces, each of you can earn an iPad this month. I fully believe in you. I believe in you more than I believe in myself. I'm going to work for it too. I told Brandon last night, I was like, I've got I know 3 people I really got to follow up with, and I need to get my butt on these messages too. I was like, I don't want to not earn an iPad. It's too easy to not do it, right? It's the intentional activity that we already know we're supposed to be doing. You don't have to send 200 messages and sound like a cuckoo person to just win an iPad for the month. It's the same thing. It's filling that funnel. It's actually just having the uncomfortable conversation that feels uncomfortable for you, but it's not. It doesn't have to be a weird exchange, right? Okay. All right. Yes. Silver statistically stay a year. I love all of this, Josie. All right. Anything else? Any questions or anything before we hop off and end the call so you guys can have some time to actually dig in?
Almost forgot. How about the 3-day or the snack pack that comes with the reset too?
Yes. So yeah, you save was $15 when you put the snack, the little smart snack minis with the reset. So if someone isn't, especially if they don't do a welcome pack, like that would be great to be like, you can add this on. That way you've got a few days worth of, it's 9 more little smart snacks that they could pepper in after their reset goes on. I've got some, I really love the flavors. All 3 of them are delicious to me. So yes, that's a great reason to add that on as well. And to be able to offer that. Thanks, Josie. Anything else, guys? All right. Well, I love ya. And I'm going to try and spend some time here at my desk while I'm sitting here to do some of these things, get that post up, and hopefully we'll have a good turnout for our group reset next week. I'm excited. I need another one, and I'm pumped to be able to help lead through that this time. Happy Monday.